All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really cool, a super powerful learning method that's, believe it or not, kind of hidden inside one of the oldest things we humans do, telling a great story. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? Just staring at a long list of words, trying to cram them into our heads. It's it's tedious, it's frustrating, and let's be honest, it doesn't really work that well. So, what if there's a better way? A way that's not just more efficient, but, actually fun. And that is the big idea we're going to unpack. We're about to look at a story that does something amazing. It doesn't just teach you words, it weaves them into the plot so perfectly that you end up learning without ever feeling like you're studying. Okay, so our case study for this is a short animated myth called The Quest for Anubis' Scepter. But here's the thing, we're not just going to retell the story. Nope. We're going to take it apart piece by piece to see how it works as a masterclass in this technique. Let's call it narrative immersion. Check this out. Right from the get-go, the story does something incredible. It throws you into this dramatic scene, but at the same time, it's sneaking in these pretty advanced words like grandeur and venom, and they're not just on a list somewhere, they are part of the action. They're alive. And here's what's so cool about it. This isn't just a happy accident. There's a method to the madness, a deliberate formula that's built to make these new words stick in your brain. So let's break that formula down. It's actually so simple, it's brilliant. Okay, so step 1, you get a situation. The scepter gets stolen. Step 2, the story drops in a key word to describe it. The thief acted with venom. Step 3, it tells you exactly what that means, bitter malice. And finally, step 4, it just keeps the story moving, reinforcing the word in context. It's this perfect, seamless little learning loop. And you see, it doesn't make you stop and wonder, what does venom mean? Nope. The second that word appears, bam, there's the definition right there. Bitter, malice, or spite. That immediate feedback, that's absolutely key to making the meaning stick. Okay, but it gets even smarter. Seriously. It's not just about the plot. The story uses the characters themselves as as memory aids. It gives good words to the hero and bad words to the villain. This creates this really powerful contrast in your mind. I mean, just look at this. It's so clever. On one side, you've got our hero, Neith. She gets all these words that are about being awesome, right? Perspicacity, gallantry, allegiance. Then on the other side, you've got the villain, Kemsu, and he's basically a walking list of flaws: cupidity, venom, vainglory. So what happens is, your brain automatically sorts these words. You connect them to characters you either root for or boo at, and boom, you remember them. It's a fantastic memory trick. And here's where it all comes together. Check out this moment. Neith confronts Kemsu, and she throws one of his own words right back in his face. She calls him out on his vainglory. See, that's not just repeating a word for the sake of it. It's reinforcing who he is as a character and ratcheting up the tension in the story. And just like the formula promised, right in that super dramatic moment, the story makes sure you know exactly what vainglory means: boastful pride. That emotional punch of the scene, that's what helps weld the word and its definition together in your brain. Okay, so we've got the teaching formula, and we've got the hero versus villain word association, but there's one more major piece to this puzzle: the plot. The quest itself isn't just, stuff happening in the background. It's the framework. It's the timeline that organizes the whole lesson. You can actually see how the plot guides you. At the start, there's a disaster, the dilemma, and you learn words about crisis, like sorrow and jeopardy. Then, when our hero enters the tomb for a big confrontation, the words shift to match that mood: hostility, perseverance. Every step of the journey introduces a new set of words that just makes sense for that part of the story. It feels totally natural. All right, so we've seen how it works. But the big question is, why does this narrative immersion thing work so well? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a bunch of powerful psychological tricks all firing at once. First off, let's just take a second to appreciate how unbelievably efficient this is. We're talking about 34 complex words, all taught in a story that's only 7 minutes long. Can you imagine trying to memorize a list of 34 words like that? It'd be awful, but here, it feels like nothing. It really boils down to these key ingredients. You've got context, so the words actually mean something. You've got emotion, which hooks the words to your feelings, a super strong memory trick. There's that contrast between the hero and villain that helps you sort them. The plot gives it a clear structure, like a roadmap,
And finally, you have smart repetition. Keywords pop up again just to lock them in, but it never feels boring.
So here's the real takeaway. The quest for Anubis's scepter isn't just a fun little myth. It's basically a blueprint, a masterclass in how to teach effectively. It proves that if you wrap up information in a really good story, you can make even tough subjects easy to grasp, fun to learn, and, this is the most important part, pretty much unforgettable. And that leads to a really wild final thought, right? Just think about it. What if your hardest subjects were taught this way? Imagine learning physics from an epic story about warring gods, or chemistry from a mystery about ancient alchemists. This method goes way beyond just learning words. It's a huge reminder that sometimes the best teacher you can find is just a really, really good story.